Okay, actual broadcast that we were doing, and it kind of shut itself off. Said it ended 3 minutes ago. So while we were reading the very wonderful spiritual um, thing that we had going on there, I don't know what here it says videos ended. Probably being attacked dramatically. Here, let me see here. Control copy. Yeah. That was weird. That's never really happened before. Never ever happened before, but okay. Bear with me, folks. Trying to share this. Here it is. Yeah, crazy stuff, I tell you. Um, I don't know why. Did you get it? The way they, what happened really? I mean, IT geeks that are able to.
It said it stopped 3 minutes ago.
3 minutes ago, we were reading this wonderful article regarding the spiritual aspect of femininity and masculinity with Carl Jung and all that great stuff. Not quite sure where we left off in the actual um, reading, but surrender to the mystery of the unknown, or the knowing, or not knowing. Act with integrity by bringing together heart, soul, and mind, spirit. Become humble. Lead with humility and always remain curious. Dwell in the world of imagination and dialogue with mystery through art, dream, story, song, dance, and writing. Develop the strength to live in a paradox and chaos. Trust in life by developing faith and spiritual practice. Step into the chaos and ride into the storm. Surrender to what is. Learn to be emotionally rational by joining together intellectual and intuitive intelligence.
Honor and acknowledge the feminine and take full responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for your own evolution. Reject being a victim. Become autonomous. Cultivate courage. Create initiation rites so you can mature. Fully embrace what is by being vulnerable. Feel the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Thank her for all that she has given. Know that we are surrounded by grace at all times to be loved.
When we develop a relationship with our primal nature, we become empowered and actively engaged in life. She reconnects us to our soul, emotional life, and our body. Other people are living beings. She protects, cherishes, and nurtures us.
We do have a choice to be here on earth as a channel of love and grace. In order to do so, we must surrender to her awesome beauty and power. And then, with love and hope, take responsibility for our destiny, as well as the shared destiny of all beings and our precious planet.
And if you guys missed the actual few minutes of it, the link is on the description box of the initial show. Um, I wonder what in the world. I think it was probably, they've been trying to probably hack us and attack us.
Yeah, I don't know what all happened. I mean, it's like you barely noticed it.
Yeah, because I noticed that light wasn't on. I was like, oh, I think we're off, and sure enough, we were. I wanted to share. Somebody wrote us, and we're going to go ahead and forego the health article. Okay, we're going to leave their name out, but I guess it is. Well, we will leave the name out. First of all, I would like to say that I've been an avid follower of your truth-seeking movement since 2015. Thank you for being, a follower. We appreciate all of our supporters and people that watch our shows and read our blogs and all that good stuff. You guys are really raising hell this year. Yeah, that we are. And they're like, wow. I've learned so much about myself, especially from the month of September till now.
The amount of research that you guys have provided thus far has been phenomenal on so many levels. I've also decided to return to the courts and resume my unisex birth name, and they listed it. However, since I'm a very androgynous person, I think I will change the spelling to what they wanted their name to be. It's the same name, but they just changed it a little bit.
Looking more, like
more unisex. I'm not sure if I am an intersex person or not. Even though I've claimed to be intersex since 2011, I have a consultation on the 10th of this month to speak with a geneticist.
I just want closure before I change all of my documents back to male. The decision to use my birth name again was fairly easy, but I've always seemed like I'm about to catch a bad anxiety attack when it comes to changing my documents back to male, though I've never passed that grade anyway.
I left town last week from New York to the south, and on my way to New York, I believe the driver had stopped in Virginia. The pain of starting this miserable life over and going into the men's bathroom, I damn near wanted to faint. I was holding my urine, but wasn't very successful because I had lost my ability to hold my bladder for extended periods of time due to hormonal changes.
Another thing that happens when you get on hormone. Just before the bus was about to pull off, I ran into the bathroom with nobody in there and ran out. I pretty much detransitioned since July and August of this year. I stopped all T blockers. My last shot was last month. It's a wrap for that. This is not the first time I've detransitioned. I've done this a number of times. Each time my body anatomy had switched back very rapidly.
So quickly, 1 to 2 months to the point, you would never tell the difference. You could never tell that I was an individual whose blood was saturated with estradiol at one point in time. I would often feel a pinching sensation near my heart, as my body would revert back. In public, it would go from, "Can I help you, ma'am?" to, "Can I help you, sir?" within 24 hours. "Child, okay?"
My therapist gets paid a large lump sum of money to tell the clients what most therapists get paid a lump sum of money to tell the clients what they want to hear. You guys tell the truth for free, which actually makes it 100 times more authentic. So many things you guys could do in your spare time rather than giving an FUCK about complete total strangers and further educating us every week despite the opposition that you two face on a daily basis. Speaks volume in itself, okay?
I think I need help coping with living as a male full-time. Yes, I still wear makeup and present more feminine on occasion. Going through this male journey again has me feeling completely soulless. A piece of me feels gone, like I'm in a mourning phase. Feels like I'm mourning a death of a person, like when my grandmother died last July of last year. I feel like there's another death in the family, and the funeral is about me.
If you're listening, you don't have to give up your inner self, your inner feminine. And as we read this wonderful article, we all have a female and a male side. And of course you can feel a death if you feel that you have to just like shut that chapter down. You can't. It's part of who you are, and it's a beautiful thing. But being that doesn't mean you have to take drugs, and you obviously seen what it's done to you, that's going to tear your life apart. Just feel free to be you. It's society that needs to change. It's people like that idiot who shot their child because they were gay that needs hanging or put behind bars. People need to be free to be who they are and express freely, because that's a wonderful thing. We all have a male and a female side. Every single one of you. Maybe some of you are like, I ain't messing with that side, but it's part of your evolution. It's important for you to do so, and it's important for you to feel free to be.
I mean, the way you talk about estrogen, I don't really quite understand, because estrogen is a hormone that does very minimal things to male bodies. I mean, I remember there was a young teen musician, and they had an FTM boyfriend at the time and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the boyfriend had changed, testosterone. Here's my voice on T. 3 months, by the time 3 months rolls around, 90 days, you've got a different person. 90 days with a male to female person, you don't have a different person. You have a person who's more emotional. You have a person who's dealing with, maybe nipple sensitivity or something like that. But I don't really see how someone can go like in 24 hours if they stop taking it to be like, hello, ma'am, to hello, sir. It's like, I understand maybe you're younger than me or something, but and we were traveling and we chose to detransition at that time. This restroom and nobody said a thing. I mean, it was like, what's up, bro? I mean, it's like, I know, but I think that, there's more of a placebo effect to these hormones than there is an actual physical effect. I mean, I remember talking to a friend of mine just the other day, and they were saying, oh yeah, I've been taking estrogen so long, I may have to have a double mastectomy done. It's like, you didn't really get breast augmentation done. So, I mean, if you're talking about the fat on your chest, then that's one thing.
Right.
But, I mean, fat happens.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys out there that need to wear a bra. Need to wear a bra because they're so overweight.
Right.
That they get fat on the breast tissue.
Yeah, so I'm just like, estrogen, I don't think.
Secondary characteristics are so difficult to get rid of. Even in those younger ones that take blockers and everything, you can still see.
Yeah, but it's like, you can see it, and they always have to be all made up and, look like princesses,
right?
Barbies.
That's what I'm saying, that even though they've been on blockers, you can still see the secondary characteristics, even though they block them. The white shoulders, the stance, the walking. We know what we're talking about. Jazz has been on everything, and you look at Jazz, it's like, so.
I honestly feel that essence is something innate. It's innate. It's like, ever since I've been off of estrogen, I just feel more comfortable as a person, and I may just be whatever, but I mean, it's just a flow of an essence of person.
Like when I look into your eyes, I see that beautiful feminine essence, and it's like, you don't have to wear makeup or anything. We could just be laying there in bed making love, and it's like, it's spirit. It's the you as an individual need to learn how to tap into. Real, if you have to like break your face and add all sorts of chemicals and add boob jobs, I mean, that's not real. You're not getting any essence, and you're still walking around thinking you're a bus driver, and what does it do? FDM, the same thing. You have to end up taking all this stuff to grow a beard. Listen, I had this essence when I was 19 years old, and I didn't even know what hormones was. It's like, I was just me. It's like, when I wanted to bring in that masculine energy, it was there. It's like, who are you talking to? And then if I needed to bring that feminine essence, I could tap into that too.
I'll talk about it later in another show or something, but we went to a place to have some dinner and stuff, and it's like an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and they had, the ice cream machine, and we don't really do ice cream or anything, but they have the chocolate up, and guess what they have in the middle? Another nozzle specifically devoted for swirl. Swirl is vanilla and chocolate together. I mean, it's like Reese's peanut butter cups, that old commercial where, the guy like dunks his chocolate into the other person's peanut butter, and then they were going to argue, and then they're like, it's a whole different flavor.
It's good.
That's what we are. That's what we are. Swirl. We're swirl, and that's what we wish for people to understand. That being swirl is a good thing. You don't have to be vanilla. I mean, you don't have to be masculinely expressing. You don't have to be fully feminine female expressing. It's like, and if you as a squirrel, that's a beautiful thing. Everybody loves swirl.
Yeah.
The most popular of the flavors.
Exactly. And it's healthy for you because you're not having to break your face, put silicone implants in your body, take hormones that are going to age you, kill you, and land you in the hospital. So, just be happy just to be you.
So we're just like, just tired of having to be forced into some box that some society says that we have to live in. Who needs to change? It's not me. It's not you. It's not anyone who's, different. Like Pink said, in that VMA's 2017.
Gosh, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful thing, just express and be who you are.
Telling their daughter, her daughter, that was wearing a little suit is a daughter.
Oh, we should share that sometime. Beautiful.
It's the baby girl, you don't have to change your body, just be you. Pretty much in those words, because I think the child is gender confused. And again, because they had a baby brother, and the baby brother's getting a lot of attention. There was one time when the girl goes, "Mommy, what is it going to take for you to give me a hug?" Because, there's that civil rivalry, and it's just like, be you. Be you. You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to break your face, take hormones, and hurt yourselves. That's our message. That's not hate. That's love.
There are lots of androgynous role models to choose from. And there's, Michael Jackson. There was Janis Joplin. There was,
oh my gosh,
Freddie Mercury. There was David Bowie. There was,
Prince.
Prince. Yeah, there were so many. There's Pink.
Yeah.
It's like, there's so many people that just said, fuck society.
Yeah.
We're going to live, and we're going to be, and we're going to just express how we are, who we are, and everybody else is just going to have to
do else, that kind of thing. Because, what's the alternative? Forcing a square into a hole. It don't work. It doesn't work. You're going to live your entire life looking behind your shoulder, wondering if people are pegging you, feeling sick, feeling depressed, feeling suicidal so badly that you will never be. You can be a swirl. That's easy. That doesn't take work at all. Be you. All right, folks. I think that's about it. Sorry for the interruption. I don't know what happened. I'm sure that we've been public enemy.
Back on Twitter page, and they had like their hijacked and stuff and destroyed files. And these trans activists, many of them are IT professionals that do this for a living, and they know exactly touch, people. I just think that if that's what they want to spend their time doing, people and their message, you're going to survive. You're not going to win. Hate never wins.
Nope, love only wins. And we're going to have Rob Fleming. Technologically will work great. Rob Brand, we've talked about him before in the past. He loves HFTS, trans women to be exact. And he's done a lot of research on autogonophilia and the homosexual transsexuals and those individuals that love trans women. And just, it'll be nice to hear from the horse's mouth and what he has to say and his experience. He's traveled the world. Really intelligent guy, so we're looking forward to having him. And we're going to have Jen back next Tuesday. That's November. What's next Tuesday? I think it's November. Gosh, it's announced on next Tuesday, whatever that date that falls, at the same time, same station. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in yet again. Sorry again for the interruption. We love you. So always love yourselves too. Good night, folks. Mwah. Even our haters we love, because, hey, everyone deserves love.